They balanced on the precarious edge of fear and paranoia, wondering if they'd even have a future of their own. For Teddy, John, Caroline, Eleanor, Bunny, Frank, and Oscar, the Skywatch Club was their answer. The club was their chance to make a difference. Twice a week at 6 in the evening, for a couple of hours during their shift, they tilted their eyes toward the open sky, watching, waiting for the future to drop. 1. Teddy. Teddy stood at the open window, his binoculars scanning the sky, a hazy blue-gray with a hint of orange. It would be evening soon. He moved his binoculars down toward the ocean. The water was still, but, having lived his whole life in and out of the sea, he knew it was deceiving. Teddy's dad was a fisherman, and so he spent most of his free hours working with his father, fishing the dwindling sardine population that was common to their area. Every day his father followed the same routine, like traveling a well-worn wooded path. Up before light, down to the docks, coffee and a pastry bought at the water's edge from Harold's. A prayer to the Virgin or to St. Peter, the patron saint of fishermen. The casting of boats, half-ringers more common now than the large-purse seines they used back when his dad was young. Into the sea, just as the sun cracks open one eye. Hours later, returning with the day's catch. In the evening, prepping everything to begin the work again. Today, Teddy was tired, having stayed up late worrying about his future. He had one more year of school left before graduation. The worry wasn't about what he was going to do. It was about how he was going to tell his father. His father, who wasn't very forthcoming with his affections and feelings, and who never spoke about his own time fighting in Europe almost 10 years ago. There was an expectation always hovering over Teddy, a net that had been cast and threatened to snag him. A life on the water wasn't so terrible, but Teddy had his sights on the skies. His plan was to graduate and enter the Air Force, with or without his father's blessing. Joining the Skywatch Club was his first step. Next month, when school started back up again, he would speak with a recruiter. He'd be 18 by then anyway. He wouldn't need his father's permission, but still, he hoped for his blessing. Teddy hid a yawn, kept his posture straight, his eyes alert. A plane could come at any moment. His body tensed, waiting. It was excruciating, never knowing when the Reds would send the bombs. Teddy knew 2 things. 1, that one day they would send them. The second was that as a Skywatcher, he was most likely the first line of defense, and that was a reality he took very seriously, unlike others in the group. Teddy turned his ear to the commotion in the room. "Hit me," Oscar said. He was playing poker with Frank at the small table in the corner, close to the door. "You sure?" Frank said. "Do it." Frank put down another card and Oscar pursed his lips. "That's what you get when you play with the big boys," Frank said. From the middle of the room, Caroline coached Eleanor through a new dance step to the music coming from the portable radio. "Yep, just like that. See? You got it." Eleanor tried to tap her foot and sway her hips at the same time, but she couldn't get the rhythm right. "Like this, Eleanor," Caroline said, showing her the move. Frank let out a laugh, making Eleanor stop. She hugged her arms across her chest. "Knock it off, Frank," Caroline said. Teddy wondered if he needed to intervene. If Caroline thought Frank was teasing Eleanor, her best friend, she wouldn't stand for it. "What?" Frank leaned back in his chair. "Oscar just made a joke. I can't laugh at a joke." Caroline walked over to stand above Frank, hands on her hips. What was so funny? She looked at Oscar, who stared down at the cards in his hands. "Huh?" "He was just saying." "It's fine, Caroline."